Ethiopia is a land of captivating beauty and complex history. Located in the Horn of Africa, Ethiopia boasts a rich cultural heritage. The country proudly claims to be the only African nation never fully colonized by European powers. This history of independence is central to Ethiopian identity. Ethiopia's modern history is one of struggle and resilience. From the late 19th century onward, Ethiopia faced challenges from within and outside its borders. Ambitious emperors, revolutionary movements, and devastating famine have all left their mark. Understanding Ethiopia today requires a journey into its recent past. We will explore the reigns of powerful emperors, the horrors of war, and the challenges of building a nation. Join us as we delve into the captivating story of modern Ethiopia. The late 19th century saw the rise of Emperor Menelik II, a pivotal figure in Ethiopian history. Menelik II ascended to the throne in 1889. He inherited a country threatened by internal divisions and external pressures. European colonialism was rapidly expanding across Africa. Menelik II understood the danger this posed to Ethiopia's sovereignty. Menelik II focused on strengthening the Ethiopian state. He modernized the army, centralized power, and expanded his territory southward. His efforts culminated in the pivotal Battle of Adwa in 1896. Italian forces seeking to colonize Ethiopia met a humiliating defeat. The victory at Adwa resonated across Africa and the world. It cemented Ethiopia's status as a symbol of African resistance to colonialism. Menelik II's legacy as a unifier and defender of Ethiopian independence remains strong to this day. Haile Selassie I, crowned emperor in 1930, ushered in an era of modernization. Aware of the growing threat from European powers, he sought to strengthen Ethiopia's position on the world stage. Haile Selassie introduced Ethiopia's first constitution. He also pursued ambitious infrastructure projects and strengthened ties with Western powers. However, Haile Selassie's reign was also marked by contradictions. His modernization efforts often clashed with traditional power structures. The gap between the wealthy elite and the impoverished masses persisted. In 1935, Italy, under the fascist regime of Benito Mussolini, invaded Ethiopia. The Italian invasion of 1935 marked a dark chapter in Ethiopian history. Despite Haile Selassie's pleas to the League of Nations, international support for Ethiopia proved insufficient. The Italians, armed with superior weaponry, occupied Addis Ababa in 1936. Haile Selassie was forced into exile. However, the Ethiopian spirit remained unbroken. Resistance movements, known as Arbinok, sprang up across the country. These fighters, operating in mountainous terrain, harassed Italian forces relentlessly. Their struggle, though ultimately unsuccessful, kept the flame of Ethiopian resistance alive. Section 5. The Derg Era Revolution and Repression. In 1974, a military coup d'etat toppled Haile Selassie's government, ending the imperial era. The Derg, a committee of military officers, seized power, promising radical change. Led by Mengistu Haile Mariam, the Derg embarked on a socialist program of land redistribution and nationalization. However, the Derg's rule soon descended into a brutal period of repression known as the Red Terror. Political opponents, intellectuals, and ordinary citizens were targeted in a campaign of violence and intimidation. The Derg's policies, coupled with a devastating famine in the 1980s, led to widespread suffering and loss of life. Section 6. The rise of the EPRDF, a new era begins. By the late 1980s, the Derg regime was weakened by internal dissent and armed rebellions. Among the groups fighting against the Derg was the Ethiopian People's Revolutionary Democratic Front, or EPRDF. The EPRDF, a coalition of rebel groups, gained popular support due to its opposition to the Derg's oppressive rule. In 1991, the EPRDF, along with other rebel groups, captured Addis Ababa, forcing Mengistu Haile Mariam to flee the country. The EPRDF's victory marked the beginning of a new era in Ethiopian history. The new government promised democratic reforms and a more open society. And Section 7. The challenges of growth, poverty, inequality, and ethnic tensions. The EPRDF, under the leadership of Meles Zenawi, implemented a new constitution in 1995. This constitution established a federal system based on ethnic representation. The government also pursued economic reforms aimed at promoting growth and development. Ethiopia experienced significant economic growth in the following decades. However, challenges remain. Poverty, although reduced, still affects a significant portion of the population. Inequality persists, with wealth often concentrated in the hands of a few. Ethnic tensions simmering beneath the surface occasionally erupt into violence. Section 8. Ethiopia in the 21st century, a nation in transition. Ethiopia entered the 21st century as a nation in transition. The EPRDF, despite its successes in promoting economic growth and improving infrastructure, faced criticism for its authoritarian tendencies. In 2018, Abiy Ahmed became Prime Minister, promising political and economic reforms. Abiy Ahmed's reforms initially generated optimism. He released political prisoners, lifted restrictions on the press, and made peace with Eritrea. However, his tenure has also been marked by escalating ethnic violence and political instability. Section 9. Conclusion. Looking forward, remembering the past. Ethiopia's modern history is a testament to the resilience of its people and the complexities of nation-building. From the triumphs of ADWA to the horrors of the Red Terror, Ethiopia has navigated a turbulent century. The country faces significant challenges, including poverty, inequality, and ethnic tensions. As Ethiopia looks to the future, it must confront these challenges head-on. Addressing historical grievances, promoting inclusive economic growth, and strengthening democratic institutions will be crucial. The journey ahead will be arduous, but by learning from the past and embracing a spirit of unity, Ethiopia can build a brighter future for all its citizens.